Now, wait a minute. Did you peep episode 3 of The Real Housewives of Rhode Island? Because my plugged in friends, we need to talk. Because I'm the plug, I'm the decoder, and I got the juice. Now, let me catch you up so we can unpack this messy situation. Welcome to Side Eye and Sip, where we take a look, we pause, read between the lines, and then we unpack the mess. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Nikki Noir, and I gotta tell you, some things are just not adding up. Liz is hurt, JoEllen is pissed, and Kelsey, she's playing a very dangerous game.
Let me set the scene. Yeah. We don't just watch, we cloud the behavior.
A quick disclaimer, this is Side Eye commentary, and it's for entertainment purposes only. All opinions and observations expressed are mine, and they are based on publicly available content and alleged events. I do not personally know any of the individuals discussed. I'm simply observing and giving the situation the side eye it rightly deserves. Please do not use my content to attack or harass anyone. And remember, don't come for me unless I send for you. So we're picking up right after the winery trip. And Liz, she's hurt because her good girlfriend, Alicia, Miss Cece, Miss Flip Flopper, decided to ask her about her and Dino having an alleged affair. So now Liz and Jerry are out. They're riding their bikes and Jerry asks her about the wine trip. And Liz tells him straight up, the drama was centered around me. She explains the game, the game that Kelsey had with the boxes, and how Alicia asked that question. And Jerry, well, Jerry gets real quiet and he lets Liz explain. So Liz is like, it's all bull. And Jerry goes, yeah, all right. So let's go sit in the shade, Liz. Now that energy right there is telling. So they go sit and Liz starts opening up. Like she really tells us about the rumors concerning Dino. She says it's too much, and that part really got her. That it came from Alicia, like, yo, that's my homegirl. How could you do this to me? Then Liz gets transparent with we the viewers. She says, Jerry and I, we had a great marriage for about 14 years until Jerry got into sports fishing. And baby, he was gone about 3 weeks every month. So for years. So that would leave her at home. And who does Jerry call? Liz said that Jerry would call Dino and tell Dino to look after Liz. Now be serious. So Liz admits she and Dino, oh yeah, she said they would hang out for hours at a time. Sometimes 3 to 4 times a week. They would be clubbing and just doing all the things, just hanging together. And she's like, I know it sounds like a storyline, Jerry, but it's nothing. Is it though? I mean, we really don't know what's really good, Liz. And Jerry just keeps saying, yeah, okay. Sir, how do you really feel? And what was going on 3 out of 4 weeks when you weren't at home? And Liz wraps it up by shifting the conversation. So they put that to bed. And so Liz is very excited because Jerry's having an upcoming Studio 54 birthday party. And he's excited because he's turning 54 and they're celebrating by having a Studio 54 party. He should be excited because that party, well, he doesn't know what's going to happen, but we know that is about to go down and it's about to be a problem. And the explosions are about to happen and it gets so good and so juicy. Now we transition over to JoEllen and Gary. So they are sitting outside sipping on some wine. And so she starts telling her husband about the winery trip and what happened. So she says, she's really irritated. So Gary's like, what's going on? So she's like, hey, we had a great time and then I was blindsided. What do you mean you were blindsided? So she said Kelsey pulls her aside and tells her that, oh, hey friend, Liz and I met up with Rulla, Miss Rulla. Oh, and she's coming to the winery. Oh, hello. So, friend, what was you going to tell me? Why would you tell me moments before this woman is supposed to arrive? Like, girl, what? How could you do me like that? And JoEllen is like, Gary, you, Gary, now you know this girl could have told me that Rulla was coming sooner. She did kind of put her out there, like just blindsided her. And especially since Rulla and Brian are calling JoEllen's job. So that's the whole situation right there. Let's be clear. JoEllen is this master esthetician. She works in the skincare industry. What she does, that is her livelihood. So for Brian to call her job to try to get her fired, oh, no, ma'am. So JoEllen is hot. She's like, he calls my job. He emails the marketing department. Yes, girl, emailed the marketing department. Tries to file a complaint because he's the one that's cheating and she just put it on blast. Well, she shared what was already shared by his alleged mistress. So Brian is pissed because she's spreading these cheating rumors. Brian, sir, the pictures are online. Your mistress in your lap, you smiling like you ain't got a damn care in the world that you don't have a wife and children. And now it's gone from, this whole situation has gone from gossip to trying to get JoEllen fired. But we got to ask the question, JoEllen, did you really have to play the messenger? Did you really have to? You kind of blew up your own spot. So yes, JoEllen is pissed because so Gary, Gary is like, oh, he's ready because they know that this Studio 54 party is coming up and they know that Rulla and Liz are cool. So they know that Brian and Rulla will be at the party. So Gary is like, yo, we will handle them at the party. So Gary is big mad. He has his wife's back. And that right there is the perfect setup. This is what I'm talking about. We got some TNT. This whole situation is about to detonate. It's about to explode. The gloves are coming off. Gary is ready. I don't think Brian, well, you guys already know Brian was not ready. So let's talk about Kelsey because she introduces us to her other man. We know prior she let the cat out the bag. I don't have one, but I got two men. And my second man's name is Bill. What's going on in Rhode Island? A lot of Bills, a lot of Williams, a lot of Bryans. And so Bill and Kelsey have known each other since 7th grade. Their families are really cool. Kelsey's mom loves Bill. And when she talks to Kelsey, she calls him her future son-in-law, and she always wants to know how he's doing. And Kelsey, I'm going to say this. Kelsey, I think she likes Bill, but she's really not in love with him. She's like, my boyfriend and I, we have a don't ask, don't tell relationship. Remember, he spends 5 months out of the year with his other woman. So she's like, hey, if my man can date, I can too. I don't ask him about his pieces on the side. He shouldn't ask me about my piece on the side. Girl, if you like it, we love it. So this guy, Bill, he seems a little head over heels for Kelsey. What we know is he's giving stable. He's giving a golden retriever. He can give her commitment. He can give her kids. He is trying to, it's like he's auditioning. He's giving her husband energy, but Kelsey is keeping him at a distance because she's living in a 16,000 square foot mansion. And Bill, although he's stable, he can't give her that life. Kelsey will definitely have to work. So it's like, Kelsey, you have to either shit or get off the pot. You either gonna stay in this house by yourself with a man who won't give you what it is you want, or you got a man that's gonna give you everything that you want, but you gotta work a 9 to 5. Your other man, your main man, he is not going to marry you. But Bill is like, hey, you need to move on. You need to move on. And you need to put on your big girl panties and you need to make some serious decisions. But Kelsey, if you like this love triangle, we love that for you. It keeps us making content and creating, just creating content, girl. So we thank you for it. Now let's get to Rosie and Ashley. They have a meetup. So they want to recap the winery trip. So Rosie is like, she said after this winery thing, she had some follow-up questions that she wanted to ask Kelsey. And my thing is, it's like, Rosie, you trying to be like a mini JoEllen. And if you're trying to get into this group, Kelsey and JoEllen are like this. Stop asking the questions and like, girl, you just better fly under the radar. So Ashley reveals that, hey, she is in a polyamorous relationship. Kelsey is in a polyamorous relationship. It's like she finally put two and two together. And this whole interaction between these two, it's like, I don't know, y'all. Y'all need to just chill. But Rosie says she's nervous about this party. My question is, what do you have to be nosy? I mean, nosy, nervous about, Rosie. What? I guess she's nervous because Rulla and JoEllen are going to be there. And she knows that the sparks are going to fly, that there's going to be hella tension. And so Rosie goes, she feels sorry for JoEllen. And I'm trying to understand why you feel sorry for a woman who cannot stand you. Rosie just wants in, so she's going to try to do anything to befriend JoEllen and feel sorry for JoEllen. So anyway, let's move on to Ashley and Jared. So they have a quick date night, and you know, Jared is closing up the coffee shop. He joins her at a restaurant, and the topic of discussion is and forever will be Audrey's. Appliances are breaking. If y'all don't find this man a maintenance man to fix that damn ice machine and a coffee maker, he's talking about all these things just breaking down. And understandably so, you own a coffee shop. So we understand that you're constantly making coffee. Things are going to happen. So Ashley is like, this is a money pit. I want you home more. I'm making enough money being an influencer. She can't understand why he wouldn't continue being an influencer. It's like he wanted something, you know, more serious. So she's really trying to just figure out why the hell her husband is so unhappy. I don't know, girl. Just let that man be unhappy and you just try to support him as best you can. Now let's move on to Alicia and Liz. They have a quick meetup to talk about how Alicia played her with asking that damn question. So they're sitting on the couch. Alicia apologizes and Liz says she's not pressed anymore. I guess, girl. So they talk about relationships. And as they're talking, Alicia explains why she has been engaged to Bill for 9 years. Like I said, she's seen crappy marriages coming from her aunts with their husbands, the way her father walked out on her mother. She hadn't seen her father. The last time she saw her father, she was like 16 years old, and they haven't spoken since. So she's really scared to dip her toe in the marriage waters because she's like, I don't know. But so anyway, let's move on to Rulla. She has a brunch with her Lebanese sisters and she invites them over. When I say sisters, I mean sister friends. So they come over and these women are just as delusional as Rulla. They are pouring into her. And they're actually telling Rulla to stay. You know, they're asking her, how are things going on in the marriage? And Rulla explains, you know, it's a little tense. The kids can, you know, feel something's going on. And so her friends are really telling her to stay in this marriage. And Rulla is like, divorce in her culture is frowned upon. That's funny because as she's doing her confessional, here's the gag. The gag is the producer asks her, aren't you already divorced? Haven't you experienced one divorce? And so Rulla makes this face and she says, I'm not, you know, I don't want to talk about it. So anyway, they talk about the party, the upcoming Studio 54 party. And she's like, she and Brian are going. And her friends are like, yes, you just show up and you know, you be proud and you be happy that you got that man on your arm and you be a united front. So anyway, let's move on to Rosie and Rich. Okay, Rosie, the nosy reporter. She and her husband, Rich, I feel like he is Jamaican because he got hella jobs. He gonna stay flipping houses and he's a Frank Sinatra singer, impersonator. So they're celebrating their 1-year anniversary. And as they're sitting down talking, he's telling her that he wants kids. And Rosie's like, I really don't want kids. So I guess Rich thought that this was just something that she was feeling like in the beginning, but it's like, no, Rosie is like, I do not want kids. And so I guess it's stemming from situations that she grew up with her mom. Her mom wasn't a good mom. So she's just like, I feel like the way that my mom treated me, I might be resentful towards our kids. That's why I don't want to have kids. And I'm thinking like, why didn't you guys discuss this before you put a ring on it and walk down the aisle? Like that should have been a whole ass discussion. You know, when we talk about things like deal breakers, Rich, maybe that's what you guys should have discussed. Ooh, let's get into this party. This party. So everybody is heading to the Studio 54 party, right? With unresolved tension. We already know it's about to be some shit. We got hurt feelings and a whole lot of side eye bull mess about to go down. It's about to go down. And baby, oh, baby, this is where it all collides. Woo! This is where it all collides. This showdown. So Rulla and Brian are being driven. They're sitting in the back of the SUV, and Rulla is looking good, smelling good. She is like, baby, how do I look? And it's awkward, like painfully awkward. Like I'm going to the dentist, I'm having a root canal. Like I'd rather have a root canal, no anesthesia. And Brian, he looks like he's missing his side piece, like he wants to be anywhere except sitting beside Rulla. And like I said, she is giving body. I mean, boobies out. She is just like feeling herself. Hair is done. Tits is out. She probably smelling good. And she is like, she looks at him and she asks him, so do you like my outfit? Do you like my outfit, babe? So she just, ah. And he looks at her and he goes, it's pretty revealing. Huh? It's pretty revealing. I'm giving you T, I'm giving you A. That's like, yuck. That's yuck. Yuck. The party is in full swing. The drinks are flowing. The music is flowing. We got drunk vibes all up and through this badass house. Then Dino walks in. With the date, we don't know who this mystery woman is. They did not front her up. They did not say Dino's friend, nothing like that. So he greets Jerry, and it's all love. It's brotherly love. It's like, this my man's or whatever. But my eyes are on Kelsey, okay? Because it's like the moment she sees Dino, her energy shifts. Her body language stiffens. It's speaking louder than any word ever could. She says his presence is adding fuel to the rumors, the Liz rumors and him rumors, the unconventional best friendship rumors. Girl, or is he making you uncomfortable? You're saying Dino is adding to the rumors, but you're giving us weird body language. So Kelsey's like, I'm pretending he doesn't exist. So that's making me believe that this whole situation ain't got nothing to do with him and Liz. It's looking like you and Dino, okay? So I don't know. So let's move on. So Alicia is the flip-flopping pot stirrer. Of course, she walks over to Rulla, and she is with the shits. Alicia's with the shit. So she cuts to the chase. She asks Rulla, did you talk to JoEllen? So Rulla looks around the room and she's like, is she here? No, we haven't spoken. Have you seen her? And so JoEllen has not arrived yet. So Alicia keeps pushing further. She said because JoEllen said you called her job and tried to get her fired. And Rulla immediately shuts that down. She is like, no, that is not true. That did not happen. But it did happen. It happened. And so as they're speaking JoEllen's name, I guess her ears must be burning because right on cue, JoEllen and Gary walk into the room. It's so quiet you can hear a rat piss on cotton. They arrive and it's like all eyes are on Rulla and Brian and Gary and JoEllen. The tension thick. You can cut it with the knife. It's ridiculous. So it's like Rulla and JoEllen are circling one another. It's like they're making pleasantries with everyone except each other. They are avoiding each other until it's like JoEllen is like, I'm over this shit. So she grabs Gary and they walk right over, over to Rulla and Brian, who are in the middle of a conversation with Dolores. And she goes, I'm sorry to interrupt, but yeah, we need to talk to them. Gary, he is just like his wife. He is with the shits. He's ready in his glittery ass jacket. So they pull Rulla and Brian aside. They find a table. They sit down. And before Rulla and Brian's roast rumps can even settle in a chair, Gary goes in. Bam. What's with this calling JoEllen's work stuff? Like, I need to know. Like, why the hell are you calling my wife's job? So Rulla is already on the defensive. Brian is like, he missing his side piece. She looks at Brian and she says, you want to tell them or should I? Brian looks like he does not have a care in the world. He is stirring his drink, uninterested. And he looks at her and he's like, you go ahead. Wait a minute. You got the lack of dick discipline and you want me to explain it? It's like, Brian, what the hell? When I say disengaged, if disengaged had a picture in the dictionary, Brian's face. So JoEllen jumps in and she's like, hey, you called my job. You wrote emails. So Brian tries to gaslight her in real time. Like, yo, you can do this shit with Rulla, but you're not going to do it with me. So he's like, I told a friend about what was going on. So JoEllen puts the full court press on him. So did you or did you not send emails? And so Gary is standing 10 toes down like, what's up? Did you or did you not send them emails? What she said. Was it you or was it your friend? So Brian says, well, my intention, it wasn't to get you fired. It was just to, to tell my friend to tell you to stop talking about me. So Gary is like, so what was the intention? I mean, what's really good? What was the intention? So Brian says, I mean, I just wanted my friend to tell her to stop talking about me cheating on my wife, allegedly. So Gary is like, if you had a problem with my wife, you should have called me. Then I could have shut her down. By now, Gary is hot. And I know them pits is sweaty in that glittery ass jacket. So JoEllen, she is like, yeah, you crossed the line. Yeah. So it's like JoEllen and Gary is with the shits. They got each other's back 10 toes down. So she calls out the affair. And Rulla jumps in and is like, JoEllen, stop saying that he's having an affair. It happened last year. It's no longer going on. Gary is like, everybody is talking about it. It's not just JoEllen. Everybody is talking about it. So JoEllen is like, it happened last year, but it's still happening this year. He's still having an affair. Rulla is like, he told me it's over. Because she said, that's my man and I'm going to stick beside him.
Look at the screen.
That's mine. I'm going to stick beside him.
And that's what you're going to settle for.
I'm going to stick beside him.
Look at the screen.
That's mine. I'm going to stick beside him.
And that's what you're going to settle for.
I'm going to stick beside him.
It's over. Girl. The pictures is still floating. Yo, girl. So she's like, I'm not turning a blind eye. And JoEllen is really just trying to tell this girl, like, yo, your man is playing in your face, laughing in your face. And she's like, I'm not trying to turn a blind eye. And JoEllen is like, yes, you are. And JoEllen is like, I promise on my kids, this man is still cheating on you. So Rulla turns to Brian, who is still very much disengaged. And she's like, tell them. Brian. And meanwhile, Brian is like, just stone cold. He says nothing. Again, so quiet you hear a rat piss on cotton. Rulla is like, Brian, speak your piece. She's trying to press him. Brian, hello. So Brian is like, we all have things. I'm not talking about it. You're not talking about it. So by now, everybody is looking at them. This birthday party is still going on. While the foursome is arguing. So JoEllen tries to just soften the blow. And she's like, yo, I'm really not trying to embarrass Rulla. Not at all. I just want her not to look stupid. It's like your husband is playing in your face, making you look stupid. So this shit show continued to go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And like I said, meanwhile, the party goers are enjoying Studio 54 party. They are singing happy birthday to Gary. To Jerry, they're doing birthday toasts. They're doing all of these things. Meanwhile, you got these foursome still arguing all up and through this party. So a very drunk Liz, when I say drunk, off her ass drunk, she walks over to the arguing foursome. And she's pretty much like, yo, we need to dead this conversation. This is Jerry's night. We're not having it. We are not having it. So she shuts it down because people are scared of Liz. I'm scared of Liz. I don't know this, but I'm scared of her. So they, disengage. So Rulla and Brian leave. Just leave. So there's an awkward car ride home. So Rulla is like, why didn't you defend me? Like, why didn't you stand up to JoEllen? Like, Gary had JoEllen's back, but you didn't have my back. You really didn't say anything. And he's like, I did. I did. Like, he does not care, does not like you. And it's like, sir, no, you did not. You did not address anything. So they're still doing their little awkward whatever. So we go back to the party. And Liz is just drunk and she's like, I wanna go with my husband and Dino down to the seawall so people can see it's not funny business going on between me and Dino. So Kelsey is like, are you enjoying yourself? And Liz says, I want to go to the seawall with Jerry and Dino so everybody can see that Dino and I are best friends, that the three of us are best friends. Don't talk to people when they are like plastered, plowed, hammered. Don't do it. Don't do it. If this woman wants to go to the seawall, let her ass go to the seawall. But Kelsey is like, no, she is still just trying to press her. Like, are you sure? Pretty much like, are you sure that's a good idea? I think with this ongoing, and so it's like that word, ongoing, boom, TNT detonates. Liz snaps and she's like, ongoing what? She stands up and she walks off. She is like, fork you, Kelsey, fork off. And so she just walks into the house. She storms up the stairs. So Kelsey is trying to get her bearings and she's standing and she follows Liz. Well, Liz gets up there first, but then Kelsey trails behind her and she's standing outside of Liz's locked door. And she's like, you took that wrong. And so she's trying to get into the room. And Liz is just going off while Kelsey is trying to plead her case. And she's like, why are you mad at me, Liz? And Liz is yelling, just, like, fork you. And she's like, I just wanted to be with my husband and my best friend. And you're talking about the ongoing rumors between Dino and me. And she's like, there is no ongoing anything. I'm not hiding anything. So they just continue to go back and forth and back and forth. Then Liz hits her with the big joker. Maybe you are, Kelsey. Maybe you are. So I'm like, oh, what are you trying to say? That Kelsey and Dino? Is that what? So you trying to say that Kelsey is deflecting? So Kelsey is like, what am I hiding? And Liz is like, you're trying to distance yourself from Dino by putting it on me. When I say, boom, big joker, boom. When I say Liz hit her with the Boston, and I was like, oh my God. And Liz is like, we are not the same, Kelsey. And Kelsey is like, since when? So I'm saying shots fired. It's like pew, 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 pew. So I need to know, like, how does Kelsey even know Dino? Because I said when he walked in, she was giving this crazy energy and her body language was real stiff. So production is like, how does Kelsey and Dino, what's up? So Liz is like, ask Kelsey. So meanwhile, JoEllen and Alicia are downstairs and they hear the kerfuffle happening upstairs. And so they're like, let's go upstairs, see what's going on. And so Liz is like, everybody get the fork out, leave me the fork alone. I'm going to bed. So we've got these accusations, we've got these secrets, and we got one big question. Kelsey, what the hell are you not telling us? What's going on with you and Dino? But I need to know, did Liz have the right to snap? And Kelsey, are you asking questions about Liz and Dino to deflect? Like, what was really good? Like, when I say Bravo has done their big one too with the Real Housewives of Rhode Island, when I say this is my newest guilty pleasure, boy, oh, baby, I'm Nikki Noir. This has been Side Eye and Sip. In the meantime, in between time, I'm going to keep bringing you guys more content. Continue to share and like and subscribe and get ready for episode 4.
Now wait a minute, let me set the scene. Yeah. We don't just watch, we clock the behavior scene. I'm the plug, I'm the decode.